First of all, I want to apologize for not being Kevin Faulk. He had to leave, so they put me in his place. Coach Corville also wanted to apologize. Our head coach, Tony Corville, wanted to apologize for not being able to be here. Today is his 37th wedding anniversary, so they're going out to eat a big meal tonight, and he thought if he ate 2 big meals in one day, it might really mess up his week. Want to, first of all, thank the Kiwanis Club for putting this thing together and putting the Jamboree together. It's a great event every year for everybody in this area. Want to congratulate the Queen. I hope you have a good experience over at Cajun Field. Hopefully it doesn't rain on any of us. Just to kind of introduce myself, I know most of the guys in the back, coaches and some of the media people already know who I am, but for everybody else that doesn't, I'm defensive coordinator at Carencro High. My name is Larry Bro. This is my 23rd year coaching football now. I've been in the Lafayette area since 2002. I was at Acadiana High for 7 years. After that, I went to Abbeville High as a head coach for 4 years. My second year there, we made the playoffs, and after that, they gave me a lifetime contract at Abbeville High. Problem was, we got a new principal the next year, and he declared me dead. And so I had to go somewhere else, and I've been at Carencro High now for the past, this will be my 6th year at Carencro. We've had kind of some ups and downs in those 6 years. I know I'm not going to speak a whole lot for our offense because I don't play much of a part with that, but I know for our defense, we had a lot of seniors on our defense last year, and we complained a lot about the lack of senior leadership we had. And, you know, it's going to be different this year because we only have 1 senior on defense. So we already don't have senior leadership, but hopefully we'll get some good sophomore leadership because we'll have a lot of them on the field this year. When we kind of started looking at film and statistics, and I'm not a big statistics guy, but, you know, when we kind of started looking at some of the things from last year, what we ended up realizing is our defense last year was pretty bad against the run, but we made up for it by being horrible against the pass. And so we decided, you know, we needed to make some changes this year. You know, you learn a lot of lessons in defeat. I don't remember who it was that first said that quote, but we got a great education last year. You know, we learned a lot of lessons. And, you know, that I'm the guy, by the way, that is the answer to one of the most often asked questions in the town of Carencro, and that question is, who's the idiot that put this schedule together? You know, we had a head coach that we had before. Coach Corville's only been there for about 1.5 years now. The guy we had before wasn't the most social person in the world, and didn't really like calling other coaches to set up schedules, so he kind of put me in charge of that, and we had a rough time scheduling people because we had a couple of good seasons, and it was hard to find people that had open dates that would play us on the right weeks. And so, you know, that ended up with us putting together a schedule where, you know, we open with Sulphur. We play Acadiana week 3. We've got McDonough 35. We've got Ouachita Parish from Monroe. And then in district, we got to play STM. We got to play Turlings. It's kind of a murderer's row of a schedule for us. And, you know, so we're kind of looking forward, you know, at least Jamboree, we might kind of have a weak sister type of opponent, and then we play Notre Dame. So it just, you know, it doesn't really get much better. You know, Coach Louis Cook, I read the other day, he's been there 21 years and has 37 losses at Notre Dame. And we lost that many games last year, so I can relate to that. But we've got guys that have good engines. They just don't keep their hands on the steering wheel. And so we kind of had to make some schematic changes on defense this year. Our old defensive setup, in order to play defense for us, you had to be big, you had to be fast, you had to be dumb. And we made some changes, and you don't have to be big anymore. And hopefully that's going to make us better. We try to teach our kids to deal with adversity. And the best person in my life that I learned how to deal with adversity from was my great-grandma. I'll give you one example. Remember, when I was a little kid, she got pulled over for speeding one time. She's doing 80 miles an hour in a school zone, 25 speed limit. And, you know, the police officer pulls her over, says, "Man, you were doing 80 miles an hour in a 25. She starts arguing, you know, so I wasn't speeding. And he said, "Well, ma'am, can I see your driver's license?" She said, "I don't have a driver's license." He said, you don't have a driver's license? He said, no, I used to, but I got 4 DWIs. They took it from me. And they said, well, ma'am, can I see your registration? And she said, well, it's a stolen car. I killed the owner, chopped him up. He's in the trunk. Well, he calls for backup. 5 police cars show up. They come, open the trunk. There's nothing in there. So the sergeant says to Omama, you know, I thought you killed the owner and put him in the trunk. She said, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, this is a stolen car. You don't have a license. You had DWI. She said, here's the registration. Here's my license. Sergeant said, well, he said that you killed somebody, stolen car, all this stuff. She said, that line of SOB probably says I was speeding too, huh?